All right. Oops, I gotta turn this on. We're live. All right, we got the audio working. Yeah, let's do a live stream here. Let's see how it goes. Let me get the link, and we'll put it in all the right places. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go here and go here. Go here. This is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. All right. That's not how I wanted to do that. All right. All right, that's done. I posted it. I think I've put it everywhere I need to put it. I think. I don't really know. I'm not a particularly good streamer, but you guys know that. So we are live. All right, cool. So what am I doing? We're going to play some Draft Day Sports College Football 2023 with the Boston College Eagles. This is where I am sort of in my rotation. I've got 3 games that we're playing right now. I've got this. I've got Pro Basketball 23, Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 23, and then Franchise Hockey Manager 9. And I basically am just playing one game at a time and uploading a video, then playing the game, then uploading the video, then playing the game, and then uploading the video. So that is, yeah, so that's kind of where we are. Ashton, Breeze, what's going on, guys? How are you? The person smiling on your Discord profile picture is me when I got to have Magic and Bird on the same team. Yeah, I mean, Magic and Bird on the same team is a thing. That's a thing, for sure. So yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of college football. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for. I just got home. I was at a basketball game earlier. Excuse me. Having some coffee. I don't know that coffee at 8:45 at night. And this is a different. I'm literally sitting in my recliner with my laptop in my lap. So if you see it sort of bouncing around, that's why. So this is a very very I don't know what the right word is. Rudimentary streaming setup, I guess. No, it's not a new setup. I'm sitting in my recliner in my basement rather than up in my office. But yeah, this is here. I'll show you guys my wall. Oh, that's not going to work because it's a delay. Because I have to do it this way. That's not going to work either. Yeah, you can see my wall there. I've got all my Red Sox stuff. I've got behind me. We get over to the Patriots down there to the right, along with the Bruins. And then over on the other side of the room is all my Celtics stuff. So that is this is my basement. The Yankee fans are going to turn off this stream. Now that's fine. You know what? I welcome everybody. I welcome everybody to here and to the Discord and everything else. I am an equal opportunity streamer. I like everyone. Where am I here? So yeah, it's just a different no, it's I mean they hadn't lost. Well, I'm bouncing around here, but my wife and kids are up in Wisconsin for the weekend. They get home on Sunday, so I don't normally get the opportunity to do this in the house. Usually, I have to go into my office, which is in the detached garage, which is outside my house. So it's a process to pack everything up, go up into my office, get everything set up, and then stream. So this is really easy because it's just me and the dog right now. So I can just plug everything into my basement and kind of go to town. So, yeah. Now you can talk about they haven't lost. This was their first regulation home loss since March, I think I read today, since March of 2022. So it's been literally, yes, my dog Holly. She's not down here with me. She's upstairs right now. But yes, my dog Holly, she's a Beagle Retriever mix, and she's a good girl. All right. So Draft Day Sports, college football 2023. I see, the one thing I need to do is I need to get a second computer just so I can see chat, because I'm doing this on my laptop. So as soon as I open up the game, I lose chat. So maybe I should do this. Let me pull it up on my phone. That's probably a good idea, right? That's what some streamers do. Let me pull it up here. It is live. All right, yeah. Cool. There, I can see chat this way. This will work. Yes, my dog is a good girl. She's about 7 years old. And she's getting spoiled this weekend because it's just her and me. There's stuff that my wife won't allow her to do that I do. Like, she doesn't like her down in the basement, but I bring her down here with me and just let her hang out down here with me. And I let her get on the couch and I feed her a bunch of crap and stuff like that. So, all right, let's get to it. So, the last video I posted had, let me see something. The last video I posted I think was, give me a minute here. The last video I posted was, yeah, okay, so we did get through no, we didn't. Wait a second. Oh, shoot. I didn't post the video yet, did I? I'm really bad at this. Kraken, did I? I didn't post the video. I'm really dumb. So this is going to be all out of order. Because I'm a dum-dum. But that's fine. Hang on a second. Videos. Yeah, I moved the wrong video. Shoot! All right, well, you guys will see what happens, and then, out of order. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I will fix it. Well, I can't really fix it. It's just going to be out of order, so it is what it is. Or you know what? Or maybe we do a different game. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do a different game since I'm out of order here? I don't know how many people are in chat. It might just be you and me, Breeze. So I'm thinking about doing it. I think, you know what? Because we're out of order, I think I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to switch to a different game. I think that makes the most sense. That's your team during the season. Out of order performance with team incident beefing. What are you talking about? What other games can I play? I was probably going to play, because the one game that I'm kind of on, I'm in the right place with this Franchise Hockey Manager. So that's probably what I'll load up. Since that was going to be the next, I think that probably makes the most sense. Since that was going to be the next video I was going to do a recording on. So we are going to switch over to Franchise Hockey Manager. We're going to do this because I don't want everybody to miss what I got going on with my last Draft Day Sports episode, which I recorded earlier today, and I'm probably going to get that posted first thing in the morning. You got Charlie Scott, who hates your team's guts, and you're considering letting him go and releasing his bird rights, but that's your best. So in my playthrough, I've got Jabari Smith, who hates everybody on my team, and it's the same thing, but he was a restricted free agent, so I just let somebody offer him a 4-year contract, and then I matched it, and now he's stuck with the team for 4 years, and it's not like he'll play poorly, because he's a good player. He just won't like being on the team, and that's fine. So, all right, we're going to switch over to Franchise Hockey Manager because I don't want to go in the wrong order with Draft Day Sports College Football, because there's a video that I haven't posted yet, and I want people to be able to see that. So we'll do Franchise Hockey Manager for a bit. Yeah, we'll do Franchise Hockey Manager for a bit. So I got to delete this tweet that I put up because I tweeted that I was doing Draft Day Sports Pro Football or college football, which I'm not. So, Hang on a minute. Your weakest spot on your team is shooting guard and power forward. Yeah, but if you've got Bird and Magic on your team, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, you can get away with being below average at some positions when you've got Bird and Magic on your team. Not to mention Dave Cowens and Jack Sikma, and I mean you've got your team's stacked, so you can be bad at other locations. Right? Yeah. I mean, you said it. You can be bad in other areas because of how good you are at some of those other places. So, all right. So, franchise hockey manager, we're gonna get in. I've been going. I've been live for like 11 minutes now and haven't even gotten started yet. So, Cowens and Sikma both centers, so maybe someone can move to power forward. Yeah, the thing to remember about basketball in that time is the stretch four, the Luka Doncic's and players like that, they didn't exist. So your centers and your power forwards, for the most part, back in the 80s, were playing with their back to the basket. So don't build a team that would be similar to the way teams are built now, because they're just not. They're just not the way they're built. All right, so we played through the rest of the preseason, or I played through the rest of the preseason, and I tried really, really hard for about a month and a half here to land Elias Pettersson from Vancouver. He's got 2 years left on his contract at $10.8 million, and I just couldn't get it done. Let's see if any of the trade offers are still here. Yeah, they're all gone. But I tried really, really hard. I went, what did I offer? I ended up offering Haltunen. Here, we'll try it one more time with everybody, with the two of you here. So, all right, let's see. So we got Elias Pettersson. Let's try to trade for him. I guess my one fear is that I've got, yeah, you can see here, I had to take a player back because they had 50 players on the roster. So Furcus, Haltunen, and Cohen Miller were the first three names that I put on there. Jagger Furcus, 3.5 stars. I can't pull it. There we go. 3.5 stars, 22 years old. He signed to a 3-year contract worth about 3.8. Good offensively. Just had an absolutely terrible season last year after putting up 80 points the year before that. Kasper Haltunen, I have no real loyalty to him. He was somebody we signed last offseason. 21 years old, 6'3", 223 pound, kind of power forward type, good physically, good offensive ratings. And then Cohen Miller is somebody we signed in the offseason as well. But even if I go as far as to add 2 firsts, it still isn't enough to, still not enough to get it done. Trading a guy who fell off offensively after a good year, yeah, but it would be for Elias Pettersson, who is better than the rest of them, and he signed for this year and next. I mean, he's elite. We could put him on the left wing, and I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, like even this isn't enough. I've tried to make this deal, and it's not enough. So, if we wanted to go further, we are going to have to add something better across the charts. Yeah, I mean, he's just a better player. I mean, obviously giving up Furcus would hurt. Haltunen, again, I don't really have any. I mean, we're absolutely stacked. I mean, look at our team. You look at our forwards. We have 3 4+ star centers. FJ, what's going on, man? How you doing? We have 3 4 star plus centers. We have 3 4-star right wings, and we have 1 4-star left wing. So if we move, and potential's off the charts. I mean, we only have 3 players on our team, 4 players on our entire roster who are less than 3 stars. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like, because if we trade Furcus is making 3.8. If we're able to get Peterson back at 10 million. Yeah, FJIM. We were just it's yeah. I've got to. I think you've been in some of my other live streams, but I'm literally just sitting on my recliner in my basement with my feet up and my laptop sitting in my lap. So it's kind of how I'm streaming here tonight. It's very basic stream setup, and I'm looking at chat on my phone, so that's why I keep looking down. But yeah, I mean, if we trade Furcus making 3.8, Peterson's making 10. So that's what, a $6.3 million difference, which for Peterson is well worth it. So it's just a matter of finding enough value elsewhere to get him to bite. So I feel like this is something we can do. Cohen Miller, I don't care about. That's just, again, somebody I signed in the regular, or in the offseason this past year. I don't even remember who our top pick was this year. Who was our top pick? Wow, this guy picked in the 7th round is up to 4 stars. Interesting. Urho Matila. But yes, I am. The wife and kids get back Sunday. It'll be late afternoon sometime. So I got all day tomorrow to myself, which will be nice. Wait a second. It's hardly likely. So that does change things. What if I add a first-round pick now? Well-balanced offer. I have a feeling they're just going to come back and say no again. So I think the issue is it's been a while since you've caught up with your content, real life shenanigans. Yeah, I mean, sure, real life happens. It's, I mean, it's there and it'll be there. So when you're able to get caught up, get caught up. I understand real life shenanigans. All right, so what am I willing to give up here? I guess that's the big question. I don't really care about Cohen Miller, but if I take him out and I put Lindstein in, it's well balanced. Yeah, and tonight was just literally, it was just an off the cuff thing. I just got home from a basketball game. Just doing a high school game tonight. The team I was calling for won by 32, so that was nice. That was a nice call. But I just got home. I got some energy, grabbed myself some coffee, and said, I'm going to do a live stream tonight. Because I was going to do a recording for FHM9 tonight and then post it tomorrow sometime. So I just decided to do a live stream instead. Is Pasta still an Ovechkin-like? Yeah, he is just a beast. Look at his... Yeah, 64 goals 2 years ago, 62 a year ago, 117 points 2 years ago, 113 last year. Yeah, he's an animal. He is an animal. And Connor Bedard, at 20 years old, had a 45 goal season. Didn't score 100 points, but put up 45 goals. So yeah, those two are going to be together for a while. That's a lot of goals. It is a lot of goals. I got to figure out how to get Peterson from the Canucks. Now that I've started thinking about it, yeah, it's a good way. That's a good response. Now that I've started thinking about it, I really want Elias Peterson now. So I don't think this goes through. We'll offer it. They have 50 players on a contract, so I got to take somebody bad back from them. All right. So the worst player on your team was not making a lot of money. Lucas Forsell. They just require... Okay. Mikhail Burden. No, I don't want to take on salary. Jacob Truscott. All right. No, I'm probably going to put him on the left wing. He's got a 19 rating at left wing. So if I were to pick him up, I probably, and I got to set the lines. This is how the game defaulted. Would probably do Bedard, Pasternak, and Zacha on the top line. And then Pedersen would be on the second line with Beniers and probably Bratt. And then the third line would be Shane Wright's my third line center. That's crazy. Shane Wright is my third line center. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, he'd probably be my left wing if I can make it happen. All right. Let's see if we can make it happen. When's our first game? On the 14th. So we still have a few days here. We'll sim ahead. And, you said you haven't watched in a while. Well, I guess we will give it away here. You look under champions. The defending champions are the Seattle Kraken. We beat the Columbus Blue Jackets in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup a year ago. So we do finally win the Cup in our 4th season. The team's 5th. Is that right? Can't remember. This is Seattle's 2nd season, right? Or is this their 1st? It's their 2nd, right? I can't remember. All right, so we are the Cup favorites, led by David Pastrnak. Top defensemen, Makar, Fox, and Moritz Seider. Jake Ettinger, Vasilevsky Still, and Shesterkin of New York. All right, they haven't given us a middle 3 of Bedard, Beniers, and, Wright. Reminds me of Crosby when they had, reminds me of the Penguins, they had Crosby, Malkin, and Stahl. Yeah. Ooh, that's a big trade right there. That's a really good deal for Ottawa. A 2nd-round pick for Samskovich. 27 goals a year ago. They get him for a 2nd-round pick. That's a good deal for the Sens. Jack Ashan. Yeah, I know what you meant. I knew what you meant. I'm with you, man. I am with you. I have too many players in the active roster. All right, so I got to cut the roster down. How many defensemen do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to send 2 defensemen down. All right, so Lindstein's going to go to Coachella. And I think Cameron Wynot, as crazy as that sounds with his 14s across the board. Yeah, Cameron Wynot's going to go to Coachella. All right, so we got to send 2 forwards down. So one of them will be Kampf. Kampf is probably our worst skater, but he also led the NHL in face-off percentage and shorthanded goals last year. So Julien Gauthier, put him on waivers, and then we got to send 1 more. And we're stacked. Like, who goes down here? It's probably gonna be Poitras, right? 14, 13, 14, 14. Yeah, I think it's Poitras. All right. So there's our roster. We're going to have to see what we get from Vancouver. They're going to tell us no. Like, I know we're going to get, it's very close to being all right. That's the message we're going to get. So my boss for Christmas, I was showing off all my stuff, like on the walls and all the pictures. So I've got, I would say my prized possession from a stuff perspective is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a autographed Ted Williams and Mickey Mantle picture, and then right to the right of that is a big autographed Mickey Mantle picture. My dad grew up in Baltimore. But he grew up as a Red Sox fan, but his favorite player was Mickey Mantle. So I bought those for my dad when I was like 18 and 19 years old, and my dad passed away a few years back, so now I've got them. How am I planning with dealing with all the superstars once their entry-level deals are over? The reality is that that's a problem for future Aaron. I haven't even thought about it. We have Beniers for this year and next. We have Bedard for the next 4 years. We have Wright for this year and next. And then that's about it. So, some of our young players are still on reasonable contracts. It may require us to move someone like Devin Taves. Most of the contracts that we have signed are not super long term, with the exception of Jesper Bratt. You see everybody's locked into 3-year deals. So, I think the big squeeze is going to come right here in the 29-30 season when we've got Pasta, Zacha, Beniers. Well, Furcus and Kampf will probably be gone then, but Taves, we got a bunch of people. Yeah, you like your way of GM thinking, right? That's a future Aaron problem. That is not a current Aaron problem. More trades. Matthias Samuelsson on the move. Sent to San Jose for a third. Curtis Lazar to the Hurricanes. A third-round pick for Curtis Lazar, really. Zach Whitecloud. All right. Yeah, I'll deal with it later. Again, I like to refer to it as a future Aaron problem, not a current Aaron problem. Current Aaron is the defending Stanley Cup champions and still has like $4 million under the cap. That's future Aaron. Yeah, see, it's close to being all right. I really want to make this work, but I'm just afraid that it's going to require me to give up. Like if I remove Lindstein and then click make this work. Yeah, Bedard or Wright. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, Kiwiharu is going to be good. He was available to us late in the draft. This is crazy that we were able to get him in the 20s. Yeah, we got him with the 31st pick all around. Mock had him scheduled to be 12th, and we got him 31st, and he looks like an animal. PM, how you doing, man? You're still catching up with some videos. Work has been crazy. Yeah, I'm happy with the channel growth, too. I commented in one of my videos last week that my goal is to hit 2,000 subs in 2023, and right now I'm at like 1,340, so I expect there to be a bit of a bump when Out of the Park 24 comes out. That usually gets me some bumps and subs. In fact, that was the one that got me from like 400 to 1,100 last year, was Out of the Park 23. So I'm expecting there to be a bit of a bump when that happens. But yeah, I'm shooting for 2,000. Excuse me. And Discord's up to almost 40 people. That's crazy. Sounds like you when you play Out of the Park baseball. You have 7 free agents coming up after this season, and 4 of them are key players in borderline. Yeah, I'll deal with it later. Yep, I'll deal with it later. Excuse me. All right, so what can I do? I want to start simming is what I want to start doing, but I feel like I'm going to have to, like if I want this to happen, I'm going to have to give up a 4-star player. What about Poitras? Does that change it at all? No, it's going to... I mean, now they only want Matty Beniers. I don't know that we can make it happen right now. This might be a trade deadline thing, because maybe at the deadline, one of these players has developed and is not performing. So I think we're going to just hold off for now, as disappointing as that is for me. All right, let's set our lines. Yeah, the Red Sox, yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't, I'm not surprised. Like, I can't sit here and say I expect that the Out of the Park people are going to maintain the rosters, right? Because, I mean, what would be the point of buying Out of the Park 24, right? If they're just going to continue to update the rosters for 23. So, I mean, I get it, but, I started the live start. It was like, do you want to start this on January 13th? And I said, yeah. And I started it on January 13th, and it started at the postseason. So, and it is what it is. I can wait a little bit longer. All right, so we've got Oscar Olesen, who we picked up from Colorado as a waiver wire pickup, and then Parker Rondeau, who was a draft pick of ours, our second-round pick in 2025. Are those the 2 players I want to start on the bench? Yeah, I think so. Makes the most sense. All right, let's set the lines. So, yeah, it's a little disappointing, but again, I mean, I'm certainly not blaming anybody because, yeah, I don't expect them to update the rosters for, 12 months. So there's our top line. And one of the things I thought about in the postseason last year, and if you watch the video, you'll see me talking about it, was that I I think I overthought my lines a little bit last year, and I took Zacha off the top line, trying to split it up a little bit. And Zacha had a really bad year until I put him back on that top line, and then the second line also started to perform. So I'm just going to leave Zacha on that top line where he was so successful a couple of years ago, teasing you with the Red Sox. I might. I mean, it's you guys know that I love to do rebuilds, right? Like that's my thing, right? Like I mean, if you've watched my channel, you would see that I've never picked a team that is considered one of the best, and the Red Sox are not going to be good this year. They're just not. So that's a distinct possibility because I've been thinking about it already. I've been thinking about what teams I'd want to go with, and I've never done a Red Sox save as a Let's Play. My only fear with doing a Red Sox play as a Let's Save, or a Red Sox save as a Let's Play, is I only play the Red Sox offline. Like, I don't play much out of the park offline anymore. And by offline, I just mean either not a Let's Play or one of my online leagues. So I'm afraid if I would have no reason to play them offline if I did them as a Let's Play. So. All right, so Beniers is our second line center. Shane Wright is our third line center. We are going to go with Jesper Bratt. What is his left wing rating? Okay, so he's fine on either the left or the right. So put Bratt on the left wing and Furcus on the right wing. So that's not bad. It's sniper, playmaker, counterattacking forward. Third line, Joseph. Is he better on the left or right? It doesn't matter. He's the same on both. All right. And Emil Hemming. Good stick checking, good defensive read, good physically. Yeah, we'll put Hemming on the third line. And then the fourth line is Hayes, Haltunen, and Kampf. And then on the back end, we've got Shea Theodore out there still with, I think, Sanheim. Second line will be Taves and Kiviharu. Which one is Kiviharu better at? We're going to put Kiviharu on the right for now so that he can continue to work up that right side. And then Philip. Do I have 7 defensemen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I have 6. So Hronik on the right and Sharp on the left. Cool. Portillo and Wolf. Who do I want to start? Which goalie is better? Wolf, I guess. Yeah. Wolf will be our starter. Portillo will be our backup, and the two of them will split time. Extra attackers. Easy. It's Pasta and Bedard. Shootouts, we will go Bedard. We're going to go right down the center. Bedard, Beniers, Shane Wright, David Pastrnak, and Jesper Bratt. So yeah, I've thought about doing a Red Sox out of the park 24 save, but again, it just, I don't want to say it concerns me, but like I do like to play offline, and I wouldn't be able to play with the Red Sox offline if I was playing with them online. I just wouldn't be able to do that. So we will see how that goes. Furcus. And then, all right, we'll set these lines. Pastrnak, Furcus, Bedard, Beniers, Zacha, and Bratt. Bedard, Pasta, Zacha, Bratt, Beniers, and Furcus. Defensively on the power play, Shea Theodore, of course. Theodore. I'm going to go 4 forwards on that top line. So who do we want out there? Not Joseph. Joseph is the best defensive player we have, but Shane Wright. Yeah, Shane Wright will be on that top power play. And then the second power play unit. Who's my best offensive defenseman? Is it Sanheim? Taves is a 15 offensively. So is Kiviharu. So is Will Sharp. Okay. So we have 2 defensemen. So I think we go Kiviharu and Taves. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Gives us a little bit of defense there as well, and then we'll put Taves out there as the right defense in the 4-on-3. PK. So Kampf is our top line center. We are going to put Joseph out there as the second line guy, and then these two guys are going to play most of the time out there. Who's our third line center? Who's our best defensive centerman? Okay, they're all bad. Emil Hemming's a 14. Firkus and Zacha. So Firkus and Zacha are going to be the top two pairings. Zacha, Firkus. Hemming was a 13, and I don't think it really matters from a center perspective who we put out there because they're all pretty bad. So Shane Wright, I guess. Kampf and Joseph on a 3-on-5 and a 3-on-4. Defensemen, we go Sanheim and Taves on that top pairing. Kiviharu, and we can't go two. I mean, we could. I don't want to go with two rookies, though, defensively on our second PK. They both 14 defensively. I guess we go Hronek because I would rather Theodore. I mean, how's Theodore defensively? Yeah, he's a 13. So Theodore needs to be on that third PK line. He's just not that good. Thankfully, they aren't going to play a whole heck of a lot. Taves, Sanheim, Kiviharu, Hronek. 4-on-4s. Bedard and Pasta. With Beniers and Jesper Bratt. With Theodore and Sanheim. Taves and Kiviharu. 3-on-3, Theodore and Sanheim. Pastrnak, Bedard, Beniers, and Bratt. All right. Goalie starts. Yeah, I changed all this up during the postseason because the game kept starting the goalies who weren't performing. So we're going to go backup goalie starts 3. Always start after a back-to-back. We're going to drop that. All right, so we're going to go with that. So let's save. Coffee's good, man. Even at 9:30, coffee is good. All right. All right. Sorry, I just got a retweet of I put out the highlight, or not the highlights, but like the box score of the game I broadcasted, and the Illinois, I don't even know what that was, Illinois Youth Hoops Twitter page just retweeted me. I don't even know what that was. All right, so yeah, we just go up to our first game. Coffee is an amazing. Yeah, I shouldn't be drinking coffee at 9:30. I'm gonna be up to like 3 a.m, but because I have nothing to do tonight, and nothing to do tomorrow, it really doesn't matter. I'll probably eat dinner in like an hour and a half, which for me is just crazy. Like, I'm old, man. I don't stay up that late. Like when I got home, I started thinking about streaming. I'm like, it's really, really late. Should I be streaming this late at night? And I looked at the clock and I'm like, it's 9 o'clock, man, or it's like 8:30 or something. Like, come on. All right, so we're taking on Los Angeles. So we're just going to sim. I guess, you know what? Let's do it like this. Let's just sim the game. It's a 5-4 Kraken loss. Some real clout, yeah. We lose 5-4. Not good. Not good. Will Sharp with a goal and an assist. I don't like looking at it this way because you can't see the box score. I don't like that. Here we go. So Will Sharp gets the first goal of the season from Bratt and Firkus. Oh, you damn right we do. You damn right we do. All right, so we were down 4-2 after two. Sharp and Kampf with goals. We scored Zaka and Bedard in the third, and then Kevin Fiala would win it for them. Portillo gets the start. All right, now we lose on opening day in overtime. I don't, I mean, I'm not like I know like when you get like into your like 60s and 70s, you start getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like I like screw that, man. Like I still need like 7-8 hours of sleep every night, but I'm my days are shifting. Excuse me. My days are shifting more and more towards going to bed earlier and getting up a little bit earlier than I used to. Like I took like 3 weeks off in December when my wife was dealing with a medical issue, and those first couple of days I slept until like 10:30, which I haven't done since I was like a teenager. But once I got into that a little bit, I was getting up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock every day, even though I didn't have to, just because that's what I did. Matthias Emilio Pedersen put on waivers. Cool. All right, so we got a game against San Jose. We are 0-1. We win 5-1. I still wish that the sim engine was a bit faster in this, and I know that part of it is me. Part of it is that I've got every league enabled, so it's going to be slow, but it's really, really slow. All right, so Beniers from Bratt and Furcus, Bedard from Zaka and Taves, Wright from Sharp and Roenick. Pasta picks up his first. Gavin Hayes, a shorty. Dustin Wolf only faces 16 shots. We outshoot them 43-16. No one could stop Cale Makar. I just want to look. Not that, because I'm going to look at this now and then it's going to be, oh my God. Look at some of these names, man. Cale Makar is a free agent. Trevor Zegras is a free agent. Quentin Byfield is a free agent. I think these are legit free agents. Like some of these, like Thomas Lavoie, Caleb Ritchie, these are going to be RFAs, but I mean, Quinn Hughes, yeah, wow. Troy Terry. Oh, he's so good. He is so, so good. Back-to-back 100-point seasons. He's going to be a free agent. Cale Makar. Only on pace for a casual 109-goal season out of a defenseman. You'll love it. All right, next game. So we got off to a slow start in last year's. In fact, that's something I need to look at. We need to look at the line strategies and stuff. Got off to a slow start last year, and then I changed the strategies, and things got better for us. So if we look at the even strength unit, long boards. Yeah, see, my problem with this is that it doesn't, like, it shows players that aren't on the top line, so this doesn't help me. I guess it does, because it's saying that, hey, on the breakout, if you got Pastrnak and Theodore out there, they're a great fit for this. Like, I guess it helps. Pastrnak with a stretch, forwards high, Bedard and Pastrnak strict positionally. So I think we can do stretch, sure. Neutral zone offense. Yep, activated D with Shea Theodore, sure. Offensive zone attacking. Cycle's not bad. Pastrnak and Theodore. So I think we're going to go with the cycle, right? Yeah, we're going to go with the cycle. And then defensively, as long as none of them are bad fits, that's what I want to go with. So we'll go with the 1-2-2. Neutral zone. Yeah, okay, same deal. Increased chance of a late hit in the... let's stick with what was there. And then, yeah, we're fine there. The second line... we got Bratt, Beniers, and Firkus. Beniers looks pretty good. There we go. Bratt and Firkus. That'll work on that line, I think. Neutral zone. Firkus, stay in your lanes. Balanced attack. Sure. Then offensive zone. Cycle looks okay so far. Bratt and Firkus will go stretch the zone. Just want to make sure I don't have a bad fit with anybody. So Bratt's really bad at the 1-2-2 across the board. Beniers is bad at the 1-3-1. We'll do that one. All right. The third line. Along boards, no. Through center, Shane Wright is good at that. Forwards high, strict position. All right, so we go along. No, it was through center. Yep. Stay in neutral zone offense. Emil Hemming, dump in. He's a good fit. Funnel, Shane Wright is good at that. Right. And Joseph is a bad fit. So let's just go with the dump in. And then offensive zone attacking. Yeah, because we're getting some bad fits because Joseph isn't an attacking style forward. I think behind the net's probably pretty good. Yeah, behind the net is fine. And then the fourth line, let's see what we get. We're not a very tough team. We might need a banger, not necessarily a fighter, but just a big hitter, if you will. So dump in looks okay. Balance check, yes. We'll stick with dump in, and then what do we got here? Anybody who's any good at anything behind the net? No bad fits, which is fine. Lane positioning. Yeah, we'll stick with the cycle. All right. So let's try those new strategies. Let's end the day. See how the game goes against Montreal. I need to spend some time looking at this streaming software. There's like a whole bunch of stuff here that like it gives you like all the different like analytics and stuff, and I just don't look at any of it, but it's all interesting. 8 goals. 8 goals. So we change the offense and we score 8. We give up 4, but we score 8. Emil Hemming in the first, along with Gavin Hayes, Beniers, and Wright. Beniers and Bedard in the second. Then Bratt scores his first 2 goals in the third. Pasta still only with 1 goal on the season. Only 1 goal for David Pastrnak in 3 games. 2-0-1. We have the Flyers coming up. So one of the things that I experience a lot of doing the level of sports that the level of sports that I broadcast is really, really bad parents. You know, we lose 4-1. I do a lot of youth hockey, the high school basketball I do a lot of, and we get some really, really bad parents. And I saw some bad parents tonight. So we get the first goal. Bedard, Anthony Beauvillier actually signed with Philadelphia. He was somebody I was interested in. He scored a couple. All right, so we're 2-1-1. Anyway, so bad parenting. So tonight I had a boys game. It started at like 6:30. Before the boys game was the girls game. And at the end of the first quarter, one of the mothers for one of the players went down to courtside and approached the athletic director for the home team, for the team that I call the games for, and demanded that he give her the names of the referees because she was going to file a complaint against them. And the athletic director stayed really calm. He's like, ma'am, I'm not giving you that information. I'm not. And she was freaking out on him. And I was talking to him a little bit later, and I said, you are a better man than me, because I would have unloaded on that woman. She was awful. He was really, really calm. And that's something I couldn't have done. Some of these parents, man, are just the worst. Just the worst. All right, so there's a 4-3 win. So we are 3-1-1 on the season. David Pastrnak still struggling. Beniers with a goal. We were down 2-1. Filip Hronek scored in the second. Firkus and Bratt in the third. So Pasta still just with one goal in 5 games. Yeah, just one goal. Jesper Bratt doing a nice job, though. 9 points in 5 games. So that second line getting it done. Bratt, Beniers, and Firkus. You have to assume Bedard, Pastrnak, and Zacha will pick it up here as we move forward. But yeah, man, high school, the parents of high school athletes and younger are some of the worst. Like I absolutely love high school sports. It's part of the reason I mean, obviously, if I got a phone call tomorrow to be the play-by-play voice for the Cubs, I would. But I absolutely love youth sports. I love doing high school sports in particular because I love watching them compete. I love watching them play for the love of the game, and it's kind of cliche, but I enjoy it. And I know that the play-by-play stuff that I do will never be my career. It's my side gig, right? Is broadcasting games and getting that extra money on the side, and and that's fine with me. I'm totally good with that. But the one bad part that comes along with it is the parents. Some of these parents are just awful, absolutely awful. And I experienced it again tonight. We lose again. So another slow start. We got off to a slow start last year too. Bratt picks up his 4th. That's it. We only scored 1 goal. Wolf stops 16 out of 18. Yeah, I want to say at the end of December, I was 14-13 last year or something like that. All right, so this looks like a nothing burger of a deal. Whoa, okay. So they trade a 2-star 27-year-old and a half-star 18-year-old to Colorado for a potential 3.5-star forward. That's why the Avalanche are good. All right, next game at Winnipeg. Winnipeg's 1-2-1. We got back-to-back road games at Winnipeg, at Colorado. There we go with the victory. Jesper Bratt, 5th in the NHL in assists. And there's our first injury of the year. Still only 1 goal for Pasta. We win in a shootout. Zacha in the first, Beniers in the second, Hronek in the third, and then we win in a shootout. So how injured is he? Okay, he's only day-to-day injury. All right, at Colorado now. 2-1. All right, so back-to-back wins. That's nice to see. Wright and Bratt. So still nothing out of Pasta. Starting to get a little concerned, given that he's got 1 goal in 8 games. He's had back-to-back 60-goal seasons. He's got 1 goal in 8 games here so far. The Jesper Bratt signing's looking pretty good. 12 points in 8 games for him. All right, scouting. Not that we're going to be able to get any of these players, but there is your best free agents currently available. Vinny Trocheck is a free agent. Interesting. Cool. All right, San Jose as we go into November. Sharks are 0-5-1. We better not lose to them. We finish the month with 3 straight wins. We do. So 3 one-goal games. Was it 4-3, 2-1, and 3-2? So low-scoring affairs. But that moves us 1 point out of first place. I'll kick into November here. We'll have to set our monthly budget. Pasta score. Kampf, Bratton, Wright. No, still no David Pastrnak. Huh. All right. Development report. Most of our really good players are with the big club now. Poitras is still in Coachella. Jim Jams, how are you, sir? Thanks for jumping in. Martin Safranek, he was a draft pick this past season. Altunen gets better. Hemming gets better. Kiviharu continues to get better. Care about Radek Faksa, Hronek, and Taves. Taves' physicality is down to a 13, but as long as that offense and defense stays at 15, I'll be fine with it. Monthly budget. All right, so we have some points now. I could put the bonus back into promotions. Can bump morale back up. Our morale, by the way, is fine. You remember all those issues we had at the beginning of the season? We are harmonious at the moment. No clicks currently. Hopefully we can keep it that way. So we're 9 games into the season, and we are being led by Jesper Bratt, 6 goals, 7 points. Matty Beniers, 5-5. Jagger Firkus, 1-7. Bedard with 6 points. Wright with 6 points. Pasta with 6 points. Yeah, top line. You got Bruins. Bruins in real life morale. Hey, you know what? The culture that the Bruins have in their locker room is, you hear people, people talk about it. Part of the reason people like playing there. Everybody loves. We are also the defending Stanley Cup champions, so there's that. And we added to that team this year. So yeah, it's. Second line's playing really well. First line needs to pick it up here a bit. Goalie stats. Portillo 4-0-1, but a goals against of 3.34. That's not particularly good. Wolf only 2-2, but a 2.0 and a 9.27. So I will never understand how goalie play works in Franchise Hockey Manager. I've given up on it, to be honest with you. I just basically what I do is I just ride the hot hand and switch goalies every year if I have to. So, Jim Jams, how are you doing tonight, sir? All right, what do we have next? Yeah, Bruins lost last night, as you made sure to mention to me, Breeze. I didn't get a chance to watch the game, but that's all right. I mean, they've lost 5 games in regulation this year, right? They're, 31, 34, 5-4? Is that their record? 35, 4-4 or something like that? 34, 4-4? Whatever it is, it's dominating. He's satisfied with our team's performance. He's just satisfied. Okay, well, whatever. Against Minnesota now. Minnesota's 6-3. We are 6-2-1. We need a big game for David Pastrnak here. We win 6-3, so goals are there. Look at Joel Hofer putting up the .57 goals against. Good. Do I want to sign him? Do I want to sign him? I mean, does video game Logan Mailou, is he a thing, or what do we do? Alex Wenberg put on waivers. He's still kicking around. Florida trades Yakovlev trades him to New Jersey for Shakir Mukhamadullin. There we go. Pasta picks up goal number 2 in the first. We get Theodore and Hemming. They tie it up. We score 4 in the second. Haltunen, Beniers, Hronek, and Pasta. Pasta with a goal and an assist. Is that right? Yep, goal and an assist. Portillo stops 18-21. We outshoot them 49-21. And we got a Stanley Cup Championship rematch coming up here at home against Columbus. No, I have no idea, Breeze. In fact, I literally, about 5 hours ago, I posted something on the Wolverine Discord asking about it because I've been trying to bring in players that Jabari Smith likes so that he stops being a miserable cur. But I have no idea what he likes. Like, he's a giver, I think, and I have no idea what archetypes get along well with a giver. None. I wish I did. That way I could sign players that worked with him. But I understand what the term itself means in and of itself, right? Like, an artist is an artist, and a giver is somebody who gives, and a planner is, it all makes sense. But as we beat Columbus 4-1 in the Stanley Cup rematch, but I don't know how they work with each other, so I don't know how one type works with another. And we're talking about Pro Basketball 23, Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 23, for those of you who are unaware. That is what we are discussing. So Sanheim picks up his first goal of the season. Matty Beniers, his 7th. Matthew Joseph, his 1st. Pastrnak picks up his 3rd. It's an empty netter. Aaron Kiviharu with a 5 and 10. Let's go. Arizona next. How are the Coyotes? 4, 6, and 1. So yeah, Breeze, I don't have any idea. I don't have any idea at all. But essentially what they're for is it affects your team's harmony. So what it means with regards to your GM, I'm not really sure. But with your head coach, it will impact their relationship with the players. All right, so we're at home against Arizona. Yeah, but as far as how they work amongst themselves, I couldn't tell you. No idea. And this game is it's thinking about it, 4-1 win. So look at these 3 teams at the top of the Pacific. Edmonton 10-3. We're 9-2-1. The Ducks are 9-3-1. Box score. Theodore 2 assists. Hronik picks up his 4th. He was a end of the free agency waiver, or a signing that we made just to bring in a 7th defenseman. He's got more goals than David Pastrnak. Beniers with his 8th. Sanheim with his 2nd. Furcus with his 2nd. Portillo stops 24 out of 25. Next game on the 9th. Leon Draisaitl leads the NHL in points with 24. David Pastrnak led the NHL in scoring last year, had 60 whatever it is goals, and this year he is sitting on 3 goals in 12 games, averaging less than a point a game. I don't think the ratings haven't dipped at all. He's just not scoring, but there's no changes I'm gonna make. Bedard and Pastrnak on that same line. There's no reason to change that. And Zacha should be getting points just because he's on that line. Maybe we try Matthew Joseph up there in a little bit just because he's not really better defensively. In fact, he's almost worse in every. Yeah, I don't know. As long as we're winning, I don't care. But it would be nice for Pasta to continue to get some points. We lose 2-1. So there's our first loss in a while, but we are tied with Edmonton now. Who scored the goal for us? Connor Bedard from Pastrnak and Bratt. That's unusual. All right, at Toronto now. Toronto is 6-6 in the early going. We lose another shootout 2-1. So back-to-back shootout losses by a 2-1 score. Offense is not clicking here. Offense is not clicking. And the game is still thinking about it. Excuse me. Come on. Why is this taking so long? You got Dustin Wolf, 5th in the NHL in goals against. He's 7th in save percentage. Portillo is 6th in wins. We have nobody on the offensive side of things. Yeah, we're not scoring as many points. So let's take a look. I want to look at the team, sort of the global. Rondeau involved in an off-ice incident. Rifts have appeared in the team. Philip Hronik is angry at Parker Rondeau. That is something I should be able to make go away, though. At least make part of it go away. All right, let's look at tactics. Funnel, let's go funnel. Stretch, yeah, I mean, that looks fine. Maybe not this. Oof. Okay. So we got a lot of bad fits. We'll go with half ice overload. Shorthanded attack. Huh. Counterattack. Kampf and Joseph for a bad fit. Puck possession. Interesting. Okay. Global tactics. Yeah. All right. Well, can't make many changes there. At least I don't want to make many changes there. I mean, the reality is that we've lost 2 games in regulation in our first 14. The offense, as soon as the offense starts to pick up here a little bit, we'll be fine, but need the offense to pick up here sooner rather than later. That is our 3rd straight 2-1 loss in overtime. The 3rd straight 2-1 overtime loss. Matty Beniers gets our only goal there. So we've scored 3 goals in the last 3 games, and we've picked up 3 points in those 3 games. We're still tied with Edmonton for first, although they have a game in hand. Beniers has cracked the top 8 in goals. Now he's no longer in the top 8 in goals. Is Bratt hurt, or is it day-to-day hurt? No, it is hurt. Okay. So Bratt will come out, and can Rondeau play the wing at all? Yeah, he can. Bratt will come out, and Rondeau will replace him. I'm not going to change the rest of the lines. Your Philly rebuild isn't going to plan in this game. Why not? What do you got going on? And if anything, you're running it like the Flyers do in real life, so don't feel too bad about it. But we've lost 4 straight games now 2-1. This one in regulation, though. The offense has been non-existent for a week and a half, which makes absolutely no sense. I mean, it's still a better start than we had last year, which was 14-13 at the end of November. So we'll see where we stand here. But yeah, we scored 4 goals in 4 games, and we're 0-1-3. Did you lean on Konechny and Sanheim, or did you tear it down completely? That's probably how I would have done it. I would have probably leaned on Travis Konechny and Sanheim and kind of tore it all down otherwise. All right, we got Vancouver now. 6-0. Look at San Jose, 0-12-3. There's the offense. We scored 4 goals in our last 4 games. We pick up 10 in this one. And Matty Beniers leads the NHL in scoring. How many goals did Beniers have in this game? He had 4. We put up a 10 spot, and not a single goal was scored by David Pastrnak. He had a couple of assists. Beniers with a 4-goal game. That second line is just redonkulous. Pasta had a couple of assists. Still no goals, though. All right. Next game. Yeah, Matty Beniers now leads the NHL in goal scoring. We are back into second place at 10-3-4. I mean, we really, to be fair, we got lucky in this, right, Ashton? By being able to land that, by being able to land Connor Bedard, we obviously got really, really lucky. So, there's that. So I don't want to sugarcoat this and say that, I'm some GM genius. Connor Bedard fell in our lap. Why do losses and overtime losses count separate on team records? Because an overtime loss, you get a point. You get a point for an overtime or a shootout loss, whereas a regulation loss, you get nothing, which is why I have 24 points. I have 20 from my 10 wins and then 4 from my overtime losses. Have I been keeping? Yeah, Jim James. I've been keeping up with off-season baseball. It's been depressing as a Red Sox fan, but I've been keeping up with it. At home against Anaheim. Do we bounce back with another solid offensive performance? Yep. 4 more goals here. So, yeah, that's the answer, Brees. It's overtime losses give you a point. Yeah. I will say that I love 3-on-3. I love the 3-on-3 hockey. I wish that they would just stay with, because I find the shootouts to be meh. 3-on-3 hockey is just enthralling, though. I would love to see, just play 3-on-3 hockey until somebody wins. I was doing some. Kasper Haltunen is hurt. How long is he out for? 2 to 3 weeks? No. I was doing some youth hockey all-star games this past last Monday. And one of the games went to overtime. And they played 6-on-6 with no goalies for 3 minutes. And it was one of the most exciting things I think I've ever watched. It was 14 and under. Was it 14 and under or 12 and under? I think it may have been 12 and under. I think it was 12 and under. And it was some of the most exciting hockey I think I've ever watched. It was watching the defensemen make kick saves and stuff. Like, it was just so neat. And then nobody scored in the first 3 minutes. And then they did 6-on-6 with no goalies for 2 minutes. And then each team scored a goal. And then they did 6-on-6 for 1 minute. And one of the teams scored a goal. And it was just super exciting. Imagine being a Tigers fan. What I'm saying is I don't think some of the moves they made were that bad. What did the Tigers do? What did the Tigers do this offseason? I know they're stuck with Miggy's contract for another year, but what did they do? 3-on-3, yeah, right. 3-on-3 sudden death wouldn't last that long. Right, just play, go 20 minutes. The amount of 3-on-3 games that would go 20 minutes would be minuscule, right? Most of them end. That's why they do 3-on-3 hockey, because it just leads to a crap ton of offense. Michael Lorenzen, kind of a two-way player, right? Has some skill with the bat, even though technically he's a pitcher. All right, so Pastrnak finally scores a power play goal. Theodore picks up his 5th, and then in the 3rd, Theodore again, and then Shane Wright. So a goal and an assist for Pastrnak. So the points are starting to come. Portillo stops 25 out of 26. Yeah, 3-on-3 sudden death would not last long at all. But yeah, I was watching this 6-on-6 with no goalies, and it was a lot of fun. It was really, really a lot of fun. Oh, we gotta get Haltunen out. Right, he's got a pinched nerve. All right, so Haltunen will come out, and he'll be replaced by Rondeau. Traded Gregory Soto to the Phillies. Soto's a reliever, right? Right? Bullpen guy. All right. Let's play at Columbus as we get the second Stanley Cup rematch. It's a 3-2 victory. Joe Jimenez. Yeah, players like Jimenez, like, they're worth more to teams like Atlanta than they are Detroit right now, right? I mean, having a really really good defenseman is great, but or having a really really good bullpen arm is great, but when you're not a good team, like, who cares, right? Like, it doesn't have the value to you. So right with the shorty, Beniers and Aaron Kiwiharu with his first NHL goal in the third period. We emerge with a 3-2 victory. Was closing for Detroit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you pick up a good closer, but again, a closer typically has more value to, a team that's in the running than it does a team that's under 500, right? Like, I mean, the Red Sox put together a really good bullpen this year, but it's not going to matter because they're going to win 80 games. So who cares? Who cares if their bullpen is good? If their bullpen was bad, they would win 75 games rather than 80. So what difference does it make? All right, next game. That's kind of my take on it. Bullpens are one of those things where if you're bad, like, who cares? Like, we get trucked by the Rangers 6-1. That wasn't a good game. Who scored for us? Matthew Joseph. Yuck. That was a bad game. I mean, we're still 12-4-4, so I'm not going to complain, but yeah, things are not offensively, we're not playing as well as we have in the past. We're getting some good goaltending by Dustin Wolf, 9.39 and a 1.76. Nick Matone and Matt Vierling. See, one of the things I love about playing out of the park baseball is that those names mean something to me, right? I like those names actually mean something to me. I know who they are. Like, I can picture their out of the park ratings in my head. That's how much out of the park baseball. Ooh, a setback. That's how much out of the park baseball I've played is that I can picture their ratings in my head just thinking about them. I think this is probably the Islanders now. Ugh, our trip to New York was not good. A 6-1 loss and then a 4-1 loss. Kaprizov, man, I tried so hard to sign Kirill Kaprizov in the offseason, but he ended up getting $12 million from the Penguins. And so far, 11 goals, 9 assists for 20 points. He is performing. You like Matt Vierling from his stats and how fast he is. He's like one of the 20 fastest players playing. Yeah, I mean, if you can pick up a couple of prospects for a reliever, you got to consider yourself, like, that's got to be a positive, right? Because, again, relievers they're fungible, I mean, year to year, it's so volatile. Unless you're one of the best, unless you're Mariano Rivera or you're, Billy Wagner or, somebody like that. I mean, it's so, it's the numbers are so volatile because one bad outing and your season looks terrible. All right, we got the Bruins at home and we come back and we win. So we're going to finish November 13-5-4 in second place. Offensively, we're not getting it done. Defensively, things I think look pretty damn good, though. A lot of Tiger fans were not happy with the trade because they're overvaluing Gregory Soto because, like you're saying, anyone can... Right. Like, I mean, who cares if you have a good closer if you're a bad team? Like, who cares? Like, great. He's going to save 30 games. You're going to win 70. Like, so what? I mean, put anybody in that role and, maybe that other closer blows 4 saves that Soto would have made, and instead of winning 70, you win 66. Like, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, that's my take on it. It's my very aggressive take on things. Excuse me. I want to keep a very close eye on Tuukka Heiskanen. I picked him in the 6th round last year as a meme because of his name. Tuukka Heiskanen. I love the name. Bedard gets better. Hayes gets better. Hemming gets better. Sharp gets better. Wright gets better. Sanheim, Theodore, and Taves all get worse. Monthly budget. Yep. We're not gaining a lot of points right now. We need more premium seats, but we need points in order to do it. So let's drop this down some, because we're going to sell out because we're one of the best teams in the league, so that's fine. I don't want to screw with morale, and I certainly don't want to screw with scouting. So I think we drop that down to generate some points. Let's look at our stats real quick. Beniers 19. Yeah, we don't have anybody averaging a point a game. Our top line, or our second line's playing pretty well. Beniers, Furcus, and Bratt. Shane Wright with 10 goals on the third line. Yeah, that first line not getting it done. Pastrnak, Zacha, Bedard. Yeah, and that's what you're going to get. And the reason you're going to get, I don't say borderline prospects, but you're almost never going to get an elite prospect for a reliever, right? Because they're so volatile. You may get somebody who's pretty good, but you have no way of knowing, right? You just have no way of knowing. Because year to year, again, you have a closer who goes out there in April and gives up 5 runs in an inning in April, and his ERA doesn't look good until the end of July. And I know ERA is certainly not the be-all, end-all, but yeah, you'll never end up getting, an elite prospect for a reliever for the most part. I mean, it happens occasionally, but it's rare. All right, so what do we do here? What do we do? Here's the thing. We're 13-5-4. So our record looks good, but in reality, we've only won 13 out of 22 games. And I don't know how much of that can be chalked up to tactics, because our top line, how does NCAA work in this game? Is there recruiting? Yeah, there is. There's recruiting. There's National Signing Day. If you want to get a feel for how it works, go onto YouTube, and I think that's his name. That's the YouTuber, WWSY. I believe that's his. Go to YouTube and search for that. And he has a playthrough right now going on with, I think it's Western Michigan. And you can see how it works there. But yeah, there's recruiting. You have National Signing Day. They've done it pretty well. It needs to be tweaked, but for their first real attempt at it, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, go check him out. He does a lot of hockey stuff too. So if you like my hockey stuff, his is similar. His videos are a lot shorter. He does 15 to 18 minute videos, where you guys know me. I'm at 35 to an hour for most of my stuff. So yeah, but check him out. He's got a college playthrough right now. Yeah, Jim's right. If it's a generational closer, if it's Craig Kimbrell in his dominant time, he can get a good prospect. If it's somebody like that, yeah. But for the most part, relievers, you're going to get lottery tickets. You're going to get low A-ball type guys that might turn into something, or you'll get AA and AAA guys that are fourth outfielders or middle infielders, or they're flawed in some way, a power bat who may hit 220, that sort of thing. So all right, let's keep going. Much deeper than the... Oh, yeah. I'm going to move my computer, so you guys are going to see me squirm around here. I'm literally, I said this earlier, but I'm literally streaming with my laptop just sitting in my lap. So not an overly advanced setup here. Yeah, it's much deeper than the EA games. I mean, I've watched a lot of one of my favorite YouTubers, and he doesn't make videos anymore, and it really bothers me because I loved his stuff. His name was Lanky Legs. Lanky Legs 101, I think, was his YouTube handle. He did a lot of NHL Let's Plays. He also did some Eastside Hockey Manager stuff, and I used to love watching his videos. I watched all of his NHL stuff, but yeah, it's not nearly as deep as this, but it's not the same game, right? Like, the NHL series is not intended to be a GM style game. It's, the option is there, but that's not what it's designed to be first and foremost. It's designed to be a grab my controller and play the game. Excuse me. And someone could be a dominant closer and then he can be 28 years old. Yeah, right. No, you're 100% Jim James, especially with relievers more than anything else. They come out of nowhere in a lot of cases. Look at Garrett Whitlock for the Red Sox, right? He was a Rule 5 guy from the Yankees, and as a reliever last year, nobody could hit him. And they made him a starter, and he wasn't good, but as a reliever, nobody could hit him. No longer the best bet to win. Yeah, I know. So let's look here. Peterson's down to 4 stars now. Does that change whether or not we can trade him? It's hardly likely. No, so if he's 4 stars now, why is it going to take this much to make it happen? I don't understand. All right, we'll keep going. Clay Holmes, yeah, another great example. Right, yeah, you're 100%. Yep, we beat Colorado 5-0. So yeah, relievers are what they are, right? If you can get a couple of good years out of a reliever, great. You take it and you run with it. Hronek, Bratt, and Wright in the first. Beniers and Bedard in the second. Pasta still struggling. Do we break up that top line? Do we take Zacha off the top line and try somebody else at that top line left wing? We win again, so we put up 10 goals in our last 2. That's a good thing. Jagger Firkus getting it done. He's not scoring, but he's in the top 10 in assists on the year. So we're down 3-1 here after 1. Bedard, then Beniers and Wright in the second. Gavin Hayes in the third. And then Pasta got called for a penalty. I thought he scored a goal. He did not. But that's back-to-back wins. So we are 15-5-4. The stats for players, is that separate than the ability stars or the... Yeah, the stars are just the overall. Like here, give me a second once it sims to the next day. I use this, I don't use the stars as, I use them as a guideline. Like, I don't look at the stars and go, oh, this player is 4 stars, this player is 5 stars, so this 5-star player is better. That's not how it works. But yeah, the ratings are obviously more important, especially depending on what it is you're looking for. Like if I need a defensive defenseman, I don't care what his offensive ratings are. I look solely at his defensive ratings. I do love how you can look at the roles, and it shows you which role is most important for that skill set. So like for a perimeter shooter, the most important skill is getting open. The least important skills are his puck handling, his offensive read, and his shooting accuracy. For a sniper, his most important skill set is his shooting accuracy. I love how it works like that. I think that's really cool. So it allows you to see which skills are the most important based on, how you want to play, what it is, not necessarily what you're looking for, but what role you want to play him in. So yeah, red important skill, green key skill. So the green is the key skill. The red ones are less important, but still important skills. So that's pretty neat. Pasta's down to 4.5 stars. He was 5. He's down to 4.5 now. 4 goals in 24 games for David Pastrnak this season. And he's a minus player. Where is this coming from? What do we do? Do I try to fill my bottom 6? Not necessarily. I try to have at least one decent defensive player on my third and fourth lines. Like I got Joseph on my third line, Kampf on my fourth. But I use my fourth line. My fourth line typically is, standard NHL says, quote unquote, your third line is your checking line, but whatever. I don't think that's really a thing. My fourth line, I try to break in prospects. But my third line typically is my best defensive line, but I don't do it on purpose that way. Do I change up the line here? Do I want to try something weird? Like, I don't think Wright can play the left, can he? No, he's only a 12. Can Firkus play on the left? He can. Do I want to do something? Do I want to try something like this? Let's try this. Set him up as a playmaker. Let's put Bratt on the top line with Bedard and Pastrnak. Firkus, Beniers. We'll move Shane Wright up to the second line. Sniper, Dangler, Sniper. So Firkus will set up Beniers and Wright. Zacha with Joseph and Hemming on our third line. Let's try this. See if that works. At home versus Buffalo. Let's see if moving Jesper Bratt to the top line changes things for us at all. No, we lose 3-2. That's a regulation loss. Kampf and Taves. Portillo stops 31 out of 34. All right, we got Pittsburgh coming up. Oh, I still have to eat dinner. It's way too late for me to be eating dinner, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right. Where did Eichel end up signing? Nashville. Okay. At home versus Pittsburgh. 5-2 win. Delay treatment for Kampf. 2 to 3 weeks. No, we're going to bench him. Theodore with 2 assists. Bedard scores twice. So Pasta has a couple of assists. That's good. Again, only 4 goals for David Pastrnak now in 26 games. I'm going to have to take Kampf out. Haltunen, still 2 to 3 weeks. Let's put him on the injury list. Let's go to Coachella. I want to call up Poitras. 2.5 stars. Yeah, I think we do. Let's go back to Seattle. Kampf out. Replace with Poitras. Go back to the PK lines because I don't want Poitras on that top PK unit. All right. Dallas coming up next. Damon Severinsen placed on waivers. At home against the Stars. 11-11-1. 4-1 victory. There we go. So that's 3 wins in a row now. Starting to look a little better. Theodore from Wright and Firkus. Wright, Joseph, and Sharp. Still, that top line just not happening this year. Just not happening. I don't know what to do to change it either. They're all a good fit on forwards high. I feel like this should be fine. Through center, along boards. Flexible reaction. Let's try along boards because we've got Pastrnak and Theodore are great fits. So let's try that. See if that helps. I'm trying to get this first line untracked here. If the first line starts scoring, we're going to be pretty damn unbeatable. I'll tune in to resume skating. We have Nashville now. Preds are 11, 12, and 2. We're 17, 6, and 4. Make it 18, 6, and 4, and we move into first place. We do have 2 games in hand on Edmonton, but night to remember, Pastrnak is now hurt. Ugh. So we scored 7 goals, and Pastrnak didn't score any of them. Shea Theodore had a hat trick in the first period. Goals 8, 9, and 10. Zacha picks up a power play goal. Beniers, Furcus, and Emil Hemming. So is Pasta hurt? He sure is. All right. He'll come out. Replace him with Olesen. And we'll just leave. And the top line's not scoring anyway. So we'll just leave him out there. Go to the next game. Probably get to January 1st and then call it a night. I got to eat some dinner. And then tomorrow I will post my next Draft Day Sports video. I will post, well, this will get posted. I think this posts afterwards, but I'll have to move it into the the playlist so people can watch it. And then what do I have going tomorrow? What do I have recorded already? I have God damn it. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, I'm going to have to post the new Franchise Hockey Manager video. I had a Franchise Hockey Manager video loaded and ready to go, and I just didn't post it. So I'm going to have to post that when I'm done with this, and then I'm going to have to take this live stream and post it immediately afterwards, because I just realized that you guys had no idea that I signed Jesper Bratt. You guys had no idea that I signed Matthew Joseph. I just did it. So I'm a dum-dum. Well, that's fine. I'll get them posted tonight so that everybody can be caught up. So we beat Nashville 2-0. Portillo with the shutout. We get goals from Sharp and Zacha. Yeah, I have so many videos loaded up that, I don't know where I am in my recording. So I got to get Franchise Hockey Manager loaded tonight. And I'm looking at a different page now, so you just have to bear with me for a second. So I get Franchise Hockey Manager loaded tonight. And then first thing tomorrow, I have to load Draft Day Sports college football. And then I have got one video of each loaded up, ready to be posted. So I have to get one of them tonight. The other 2 will go tomorrow, and then and then this video will be the next one to go out after those 3 go out. Yeah, I'm just thinking all of this out loud in my head. So back-to-back wins, a 5-4 victory. All right, I don't like the fact that it just locked up like that, so I'm going to save it. I think Pasta's ready. He is, of course, Shane. Oh, come on, you stupid son of a nutcracker. All right, and we lose Shane Wright to a fractured finger for 2 to 3 months. That sucks a ton of butt. Who goes on that second line now? Joseph, I think. Give us a little bit more defense. Is Kampf still out? Yeah. All right. Wright was having a year, too. He was having a year. And he had just come back from an injury, right? He had missed most of last year. Kampf is not ready to come back yet. We got Winnipeg. 8, 17, and 4. So San Jose has bounced back. They were 0, 12, and 3. So 7, 7, and 2 in their last 14. So 3-2 win. We get goals from whom? Matty Beniers, Connor Bedard, and Pavel Zacha. David Pastrnak still stuck on 4 goals through the first half of the season. How are we 21-6-4 and David Pastrnak has 4 goals on the season? At home against Vegas. I don't think Pasta's going to hit 60 this year. He may not even hit 30 at this point. Oh, good. Bedard's hurt now as well. Fantastic. 2 assists for him in this game. Matthew Joseph scores. Bedard scores twice. Beniers scores. And look at that. 3 of our top 5 centers are all down with injury. Because franchise hockey manager. Okay. Who comes up in his place? Gauthier, I suppose. All right, so now what do we do? Bedard for Gauthier. And I guess we make Zacha the center on that top line. Poitras. Move Gauthier to the left. That's just gross. Okay. Zacha. Furcus on the left. Who do I have on the right on that line right now? Joseph, right. All right. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. Zacha, Bratt, Beniers, that's fine. Furcus. Who's my second line left wing? Furcus. And Joseph is on the right. Right. Joseph is on the right. Where is Joseph? Right here. So we swap these two. Something like that. Do that. Zacha and Bratt. Oh, Bratt and Pasta. Gauthier and I guess Beniers and Zacha will do that. Yuck, guys. Not good. How many injuries can we suffer? And I fired my trainer last year because of this. So, all right. Next day. At Minnesota. With a very short-handed team as a 4-3 loss. It's an OT loss, so we do pick up a point. Theodore, Sanheim, Olesen, and is that it? Yeah, and then we lose in the shootout. All right, next game. At Arizona. Yes, it has. It is absolutely struck. And I don't know that, especially with Pastrnak not scoring, I don't know that we can withstand this. Like, at least last year, we had Bedard and Pasta stayed healthy, and they just steamrolled everybody. But this year, they're not scoring. As we lose to Arizona, so that's back-to-back losses. Back-to-back, at least they were OT losses. Hey, there we go. David Pastrnak with his 5th goal of the season in his 34th game. All right, so still nobody ready, but we're getting there. Haltunen is almost ready. Bedard is almost ready. We've got the Kings coming up. Yeah, 3 games in hand on Edmonton. Now 2 games in hand on Edmonton, and we're tied for first place. Bedard is ready. Haltunen is ready. That's at least a positive. So Gauthier we can replace with Bedard. Get Connor back out there. Oh, Jagger Furcus is hurt? Of course he is. Get one player back, lose another player, because that's the way this goes, right? Bedard on the top line. Zacha on the second line. Power play. Bedard on the top line. Zacha on the second line. Bedard. Do that. And I think they said Haltunen is ready too, yeah? He only has 3 points in 18 games. It's not like he's been great, but let's move him to the active roster. We will replace Gauthier with Haltunen. Put Gauthier back on waivers. No one's going to claim him. Haltunen should be on the fourth line. We'll move him up there. Yeah, I guess. Los Angeles at home. $5-2 win. We needed that. Still have 3 games in hand on Edmonton. Jordan Kyrou on the block. Only has 5 goals in 34 games, though. Poitras and Hayes in the first. Bedard in the second. Bratt and Parker Rondeau with his first career goal in the third period. How we're doing this without Pasta, I have absolutely no idea. I really don't have any clue. But we are. Next game. And at this point, you're starting to wonder if he's going to break 20 goals on the season. He's got 5 in 35 games. I mean, that puts him on a pace for what, 12? After back-to-back 60-goal seasons. Furcus is ready. That is good. So we can go back and replace Olesen with Furcus. Go back here. Get Furcus back on that second line. Have Zacha center the third line. Do a little bit of that. Make sure Zacha is out there on the... Yeah, I'm going to put Pasta on the PK. Let's see if we can get some goals for David Pastrnak on the PK. San Jose today, they were 0-12. They're now 10-21. They're playing much better hockey as of late, but we shut them out. Hey, David Pastrnak with a goal. Let's go. Bedard had a goal and 2 assists. Pasta scores his 6th. Bedard has 2. Emil Henning in the 3rd, and Portillo gets the save. David Kampf is almost ready. Go ahead and get to our next game. That'll be January 1st, and that will do it. So Pastrnak is averaging a goal every 6 games. So over an 82-game season, that is 14 goals. Yeah, 14 goals on the season is what he's on average to score. But we are in first place. We're 24-6-6. I would say technically we're in second, though, because Edmonton has 3 games in hand on us. We're getting really good goaltending. We have number 4 and 5 in the NHL in goals against. If we can just get that top line rolling, I don't know how anybody can beat us, but I don't know how to get that top line rolling at this point. Maybe see what's available at the deadline, pick up a big-time veteran. We'll see. Kampf is ready, so we can put him back in. Development. Anything important here? Emil Vinny is somebody we're keeping an eye on. He's playing well. He was one of our first draft picks. Watching that young goaltender develop is nice. Kiwi Haru up to 3. Oh, he's hurt. Of course he is. This game. All right. Well, let's go ahead and change that out real quick. We'll put Haig back in. Kampf is ready, so that means Poitras can go down, right? Yep. Let's replace him with Kampf. Poitras, he doesn't have to go down yet. Let's go to lines. Kampf is our third line center. Zacha will be out there on the wing with him. PK, Kampf is going to be that top guy. Joseph, that's fine. Let's look at our stats real quick before... let's set our monthly budget. Budget's fine. Let's look at our stats, and then that'll be that. So, Bratt, almost a point a game. So, this has been a pretty successful free agent acquisition. Shea Theodore having a great year. Look at that, 30 points in 36 games. That second line, which was Bratt, Beniers, and Furcus to start the season, are doing great. Bedard's, I mean, his goal scoring are there. He's on pace for 40 goals. But he and Pasternak are really off from where they were last year. Zacha's numbers are down. Matthew Joseph has been what we needed him to be, 20 point every other game. He's a plus 15. Taves has been fine. Hemming has been fine as a rookie. Sanheim, a plus 20, continues to just plug away for us. Roenick is a plus 15. He's been good. Sharp and Kiviharu are both doing okay as rookies. Yeah, I mean, we may need to look to add offense at the trade deadline. Eric Portillo's been fantastic. 17-4-5 with a 2.30 and a 9.16. Dustin Wolf has been even better. 7-2-1 with a 2.20 and a 9.24. So our goaltending is keeping us in it. We need to do something about our Eric Portillo, named the goalie of the month. We need to do something about our offense, though. So that may be something we do in the next episode. So that's gonna do it, guys. I went for about an hour and a half? Almost 2 hours. So I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me here for a little while this evening. This video will post eventually, but I'm going to go back now. I'm going to grab some dinner, and while I'm doing dinner, I'm going to post the last video for Franchise Hockey Manager so you can see how we got to this point in the off season. So, guys, thanks for hanging out for a while tonight. I had fun, and maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow night after I do a bunch of recordings while sitting here on my couch. We'll see how I feel. Thanks to you, Ashton. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.